तीर्यगूर्ध्वमधः पूर्णम् सच्चिदानन्दमाद्वयम् अनन्तं नित्यमेकं तमेकं यत् तद्ब्रह्मेत्यवधारयेत् तीर्यगूर्ध्वमधः पूर्णम् सच्चिदानन्दमाद्वयम् अनन्तं नित्यमेकं यत् तद्ब्रह्मेत्यवधारयेत्. Again he says tadbrahmetyavadharayet. Avadharayet. Realize that to be Brahman. What is it? Which is across. Tiryak urdhvam adha purnam. Which is across, above, below, all pervading. Satchidananda Madvayam. Satchidananda, existence, knowledge, bliss. Advayam, non-dual. Anantam, infinite. Nityam, eternal. Ekam, one. Tad Brahmet Yavadharayet. So perhaps the student was not convinced from hearing 54 and 55. So here he gives a psychological thing to the student and says, man, Brahman is everything, man. It is all pervading. It is across, it's above, it's below. It is existence, knowledge, bliss. It is non-dual, advayam. It's infinite. It's eternal. It is that alone. It is the one. It is a topmost. So just to give you a wholesomeness to what you would gain by gaining Brahman, it's a multivitamin tablet. You don't have to take any tablet. Every possible vitamin is there. A, B, A to Z is there. Everything is there in this one tablet. Have you seen anywhere one tablet which gives all possible vitamin in one tablet? This is what it is. Tad Brahmetyavadharayet. Once you get this to Brahman, you will realize the very search, the incessant search of life gets satisfied. Whatever life can fulfill you, it just gets fulfilled through this attainment, he says. But if you have not got to this, you could have got all that the world can offer, but you have not got this. Where would you be, Badriji? You would have got all what the world can offer, but you have not got Tad Brahmetyavadharayet. You have not realized Brahman. What will be your state?
You would be within the limitations of space. You will be above somebody, below somebody, so this you'll be in a relative world. You'll not be in an absolute world. So there will always be somebody who wiser than you, somebody happier than you. So, but if you want to attain the ultimate happiness, the ultimate state where your position doesn't matter, where there is no up, no down, no nothing, because it's all pervading, then you have to attain Brahman for that. If you don't do that, then you're in the relative world. Right? That's the way I see it.
So there is no further competition with the world.
Right.
There is a sense of fullness, or that paripurna, as we call, that level of satisfaction you would have after a sumptuous meal. If somebody entertains you and they've been a lovely host and they've taken care of your having invited you, what do you feel a satisfaction of it? Oh, I'm so contented, so happy. There's nothing more you want, isn't it?
Another way of looking at it is, if you have not attained Brahman, you're only in the journey. You're not in the destination. So you're always in the journey. So you're somewhere in the journey.
I would take a strong objection to that statement.
Why?
It is never about the destination. It's always about the journey.
But no, I'm saying that's what I'm also saying. I'm saying until you attain Brahman, it is a journey. I said the same thing. But if once you have attained Brahman, it is the destination. Then there is no journey after that.
No,
There is
that
no
is
attainment. There is no attainment after that. There's nothing to attain.
correct. Once you get to that destination, there's
Yeah.
nothing more to attain. But that sense of satisfaction, that sense of paripurna, is it only there once you get to the ultimate?
No, because in the journey itself has various stages of satisfaction.
Correct. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So to the extent you have attained, to that extent you are above the rest who are still caught up in the rat race, as I say. What are you?
You're in the relative world. It's a relative world.
Even the relative world, you grow beyond the rat race, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. As you mature, as in any field, as you mature, you go above the crowd, so to speak. It's like going above the average that you're talking about. You're still in the game, but you're above the average.
Above average, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. And you got to experience it.
Right. Yeah, I think you will know it. Yeah, you will know it. I think, Sachin Tendulkar knows that he's above average. He might be very humble, but he still knows.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah,
very true. Perfect. So the verse only gives a broader dimension to the attainment of Brahman. You become the all-pervading, you become the eternal, you become infinite. Now again, you see, if you go by literally by these terms, all these terms have you don't react. Why is it that you don't react? Now nobody's reacting to it now. Gayatrima, when you say all pervading, existence, knowledge, bliss, non-dual, infinite, eternal one, you don't react. Why? I can't hear you, Ma.
Gone to that stage at all. We are still persisting, so we don't know what is that state is.
No, but 54, 55, you were reacting very well. Attainment is greater than attainment, is greater than bliss, is greater than knowledge. Angela, you react padinga. Inga onnume illa reaction.
That was to the known subject like body, mind, intellect, and all. This is again much beyond that.
எல்லாருக்கும் ஆன்சர் இருக்கா அதான் எல்லா என்ன கொஸ்டினுக்கு கேட்டாங்க ஆன்சர் இருக்கு ரெடி ஆன்சர் இருக்கா என்னம்மா now I ask you, what do you understand when I say nityam? What do you understand by when I say anantam? What do you understand when I say advayam? What do you understand when I say ekam? I'm only giving the references from the verse. What do you understand?
Ekam, one. Anantam.
அது தெரியும் எனக்கு. What do you understand is the question, Ma.
Everything is like, across, above, below, what I feel, everything is Brahman.
நீங்க ரொம்ப நான் கோஆபரேட்டிவ் இருக்கீங்க இன்னைக்கு. Very non-cooperative. பரவாயில்ல. I will move on to somebody else who will cooperate with me. Vijay ji, I'm little more hopeful, sir. Gayatri was very angry with me today. Parvalla.
Guruji, I think it's because each attribute is signifies something limitless, which we are defining it very difficult to comprehend.
Correct. And the one vaartha I was expecting from Gayatri Ma, she didn't want to say. What do you understand when I said Anantam, Nityam, Ekam, Advayam? You should say, I don't understand anything about it. That is what you should understand, that I don't understand. So we are in which level, sir? 1, 2, 3 by your categorization.
I would imagine still, I would like to give credit as 2. I don't know.
I know that I don't know. A lot more to know. So it is not Why are we lost? Because we are not, intellect cannot attune to movement. We say infinite. You can't. So beyond a point, we don't understand. As you rightly said, the moment I say it's beyond attainment, when I'm describing it from the known, you are able to relate. That was the difference in the language. 54 and 55 described Brahman from known terms. 56 is describing Brahman from unknown standpoint, from the standpoint of Brahman. In other words, 54 and 55 describe Brahman from limited standpoint, from a relative standpoint. 56 describes the same state from an absolute standpoint. And the moment you take absolute, you don't understand any damn thing. You don't understand what are they talking. So you can't relate to in spirit. You may utter the flowery words, but it doesn't make any resonance with it because they're talking from their standpoint. But we have to be very thankful for them. They always came down to us to communicate themselves. So they always spoke from a relative standpoint as well. We are thankful for them. Imagine they solely spoke this language, nothing will understand. Okay. 57. Okay,
Hello.
1 minute. Hariji. Yes, sir.
Can we also not understand that a sage is, in this way, he is 100% bogi as well as yogi?
ஐயோ என்ன சார் சொல்றீங்க?
Because he
Yogi-
enjoys, I mean, bogi when I meant enjoying the world, as well as terrestrial, as well as transcendental.
No, see, as long as a sage has to live, he will participate and partake in all the activities of the world.
Yeah.
Whatever is legitimate, in sense, whatever is acceptable, he will do it.
Because when we
You
talk
can't,
about,
you can't tell him I'll offer him a glass of wine. Will he join me?
no,
I don't know what is your definition of bhogi. No, bhogi, I'll give a glass of scotch. Will he also have a glass of scotch? What is wrong? Scotch also is Brahman.
No,
Wine also is Brahman. Beer
No.
also is Brahman. Will he not join me in toasting? Correct
No.
language, Harishji. Is it the right word? I want clarity. Harishji, I want clarity.
Yeah.
I'm asking something to Harishji about
Oh, okay,
toasting.
okay.
Please, can you be patient?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to talk about what you clarify, but I need to be clarified.
Okay.
See, I'm seeking some wisdom from wise people here. You don't get the point.
Okay.
No, I didn't intend anything, Harishji. Please don't get me wrong. Now, simple question. Is it called toasting or what is it called that?
Absolutely right, Guruji. Only
Amma.
the ghost has now become a ghost.
Nobody is toasting with you, huh? See, everybody will become a yogi nowadays. Huh? So, yes, Hariji.
I meant only that when we are talking about infinite, then the world also is included in it. Finite is included in the infinite.
Yes,
So-
but they are not limited to the gratification of the finite
that's
joys.
True.
Very true.
Yeah.
But so we see them participating in all possible activities, but
Yeah. Okay.
but you can't define that state through what is perceived and what you see them act, isn't it?
Yeah.
That state can't be described by their gross actions. Just like even in relative sense, I can't judge you by the action because we say intent is subtler, purer than the action, isn't it?
See, probably a yogi.
You agree with me?
Yes, I agree.
Relative level, intent is purer than the action.
Yeah.
So we can't describe an infinite state by the finite actions you see them perform.
Yeah, what I wanted to add here is that a yogi, a sage probably enjoys the world better than me because he has got a calm mind. He enjoys the world better than I.
Sir, you know this definition we have been given. What is another name for Lord Krishna? Lord Krishna is called as Nitya Brahmacharya.
Nitya Brahmacharya.
Enna sir? Nitya Brahmacharya.
No.
Enna? Story creates of he have had associated, again, it's a philosophical significance, but yet the story says 16,000 gopis. And he is called a Nitya Brahmachari. So it is a very intended point to communicate.
Yeah.
Say Durvasa is called Nitya
Nitya
Upavasi.
Upavasi.
And he, I can't ask Harishji to share that video. Harishji shared me a video other day of maybe he'll be a 6'5", 6'6", some Australian fellow, I don't know, white. And 6 minutes, he is given a huge thali. I don't know what thali they call it. It's called maybe easily, in the thali, Rajima?
Gatotkacha thali.
Gatotkacha thali, correct. It's literally a huge thali with maybe 100 dishes. And one fellow is actually enjoying, he actually devours the entire thali in 6 to 8 minutes. And everybody's taking a video and things like that. And Durvasa was his guru. Guru of all gurus of eating. And yet Durvasa was known to be called as a Nitya Upavasi, eternal faster. Now, what does this convey? Even though you said that these men may be enjoying the world more than me, but what is their mental state?
Mental.
They have completely conquered it mentally. So all that they did physically doesn't count.
Yeah.
But don't take that into account and say, thank you very much. I only need this license. I'm going to go all out. You can't do what they did. We have to practice what they teach, isn't it? So we can't make that mistake, isn't it? Now, for a moment, when I read Badriji's comment, for a moment, I read it as samosa. It is obviously not samosa. It is what, Badriji? So let that also will get clarified so that you will have a peaceful sleep after this.
Somarasa. Somarasa.
What is Somarasa? Does it come along with samosa? I don't know, sir. Please educate me. Harishji clarified with the toast. Now you clarify with Somarasa also.
No, I was just joking. In fact, I posted it when you were asking Harish about, what do you say when you. So I said, and the question was, do these realized souls enjoy life? Okay. So I was speculating maybe in those Vedic times they probably had Somarasa.
Yeah.
But I wanted to share something. This is historical fact. Lord Krishna and Durvasa and all that we know from the Puranas and epics. But the historical fact is Swami Vivekananda enjoyed non-vegetarian food all his life. Okay, he was born into a Kshatriya thing, but that doesn't make him tamasic in his thoughts, words, and deeds. Okay, just because so the point you were making, it's the intent behind the actions in a person's life, and not just the action itself. So, but the actual fact is that he did. I mean,
now
I know that.
Since you quote him, you do everything what the great Vivekananda did, then you will have the license to even eat meat.
Correct.
You do everything what he did. You want to take a personality, you do everything what he did, then it's acceptable. You can't take bits and pieces, and you can't take convenient aspects and say, he did it, therefore I did it. Oh,
No, I'm a
such and such a
vegetarian.
person. No, I'm not telling you. I'm not being
Yeah,
in specific
yeah.
to, because you have
Yeah.
because you have taken example of Vivekananda and say he was a non-vegetarian. And if
Yeah.
that is justifiable to him, and if I want to use that as a justification to me, I said, do everything what he did and then do it. Perfect, acceptable.
Right.
If I say
Right.
Ramakrishna smoked. Oh, therefore I also will smoke. No, he did so many other things, man. You do that, then it is justified. Therefore, we don't get into that
I think
line of thought.
I think that is what Hariji probably meant when he said that those people enjoy both transcendental bliss and terrestrial bliss. So, in order to be qualified for terrestrial bliss of that kind, you have to first attain transcendental bliss. I think that's what you're trying to say. For you first
Yes.
achieve all that, and then yeah.
So to attain transcendental bliss, you need to practice tapas. You practice tapas and get there, and then you do what you want. Until then, be very careful. Okay. Till then, Harish ji, you try to be the ghost only. That will give you moksha. Okay. All right. We'll come back. All right. Thank you.